Hey y'all, I am hanging out for a few minutes going live, doing some Q&A today. I am on IG and I am on YouTube, and I just wanted to do a little Q&A this morning and talk all things craft business. So I'm here to answer some questions you may have. I said I wanted to spend some more time. Good morning. Some more community time, kind of giving you some of the stuff that you need. So if you have any craft business questions, definitely drop them. Let's talk about getting you unstuck because that is our goal right now. All year long, like my team, I don't even know if it's just going to be a yearly thing. Good morning is crafting your best year ever, but that's like an ongoing thing. And that means like not just showing up in that 1 second for that one event. That means showing up again and again and again and again for yourself every single month, right? So ask what questions you may have. Happy Thursday. Yes, it is Friday Eve, y'all. I'm very excited about this. My kids have track meets this weekend, so I've been doing like all the crafty things, preparing for that. So I'm excited. So yeah, this is a great time to just ask some questions, and I'll also just talk to y'all. Good morning, good morning. Talk to y'all about some of the things that we are doing here at the Craft House right now. So at the Craft House, we are processing some bulk orders. I am pitching. I'm very intentional about my money generating activities. So making sure that I get stuff done. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you. Money generating activities so that I can continue to grow my business and serve my clients. One thing that I'll talk about is making sure that you're keeping your customers, right? Making sure that you're retaining your customers. You want to be their resident customizer. You want to be their resident crafter. That's something that's so important. So make sure that you're treating them well. Don't worry about no grammar over here. Let's go ahead and get into some questions. So, is it better to source an all over shirt or make it at home with sublimation? That is a great question. Me personally, I like to send my stuff out for all over. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. And to be honest with you, I've even measured. Now, if y'all see me with a big heat press next week, don't judge me, okay? But this was something I asked myself for a while because I do a lot of blankets, I do a lot of big prints, all over sweatshirts, all over hoodies. We do warm ups and book bags and uniforms and all the things. And I measured it out like those big heat presses that you would need to do it all in one press. Those presses are like $10,000. So, I was like, I could put it on a payment plan, whatever. And then I ultimately decided that when I looked at the electric output, when I looked at the thing, it just wasn't for me. It would have made more sense for me to outsource that thing and still be able to fulfill the order and focus on something else. Can you do it with a small press? Absolutely. We know y'all can do it with a small heat press, right? How much time does it take you with a small heat press? Is that worth my time? The answer is not going to be the same for everybody. For me, that is not worth my time or what I want to do. So I've been there, y'all, the whole board. We put the t-shirt on the board and we patched together all of our sheets and we put all of our sheets to do it. That's not worth it to me. So it's just a lot of work. So typically I do outsource it and I still come up with a pretty good profit margin after. If you find someone who specializes in that thing, they're able to offer you some great prices. So I really want to encourage y'all to start networking and building with each other. Figure out who specializes in something. Say, hey, I will bring you these regularly. I have these in my grad packages, family reunion packages, sports packages, but I'm asking that you give me a special private label price and bring me on as a private label. You bring my private labeler, which means that X, Y, and Z, get you a contract in place and keep it flowing from there. So I hope that this makes sense. Good morning. So let me see. I saw another question here. And if for some reason I miss your please just type it again because, baby, the glasses are not on today. I cannot see. I see Tanisha said, how do you decide to niche down for embroidery? I want to do everything. That is a great question. So this is something that we typically face in the crafter world often. We're often thinking about, oh, let me niche down. You hear it so much, like niche, niche, niche. The riches are in the niches. And that stuff is true. But niching doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing less craft methods, Tanisha. Sometimes niching means that you are serving a particular audience, right? So if I am doing, let's say my only focus and I'm niching down for grad season, then during grad season, that's all I'm doing. But within my grad season business, I'm like, okay, I'm doing sublimation t-shirts. I'm doing, I could do DTF if I need to, and I can embroider, but here are my packages. The problem comes in when you're trying to do everything at once, and we typically have full-time jobs, schedules outside of that. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, like them kids be crazy, okay? So you wait too late to plan for the thing. And the whole thing with the niching is you can't think of like that higher order skill set if you're still stuck down here. Hey, Dr. Tracy. So I hope that that makes sense. So when you think about niching, I want you to think about looking at your profit centers. I know that sounds real boring. It sounds boring when I say it, guys. I can't even believe I'm using these words because I used to be like, I just want to craft. I don't want to do any of that stuff. Like I don't want to do that, right? So what it looks like is deciding that you're going to master something. And then once you master that thing, it's okay to bring in another profit center. But the more time you have to market and monetize, the more money you're going to make in that area. And that's why you might see people that sell t-shirts and they only sell t-shirts. And you're like, oh my God, how did they make $1 million selling t-shirts? Because they were consistent in that way. Now you see them branching off and are offering more products, right? But they mastered something first. Our problem is I want a laser cutter. Let me know in the chat if I'm talking to you. I want a laser cutter. I want some resin. I'm going to do embroidery. I want to do DTF. And I still got to use my Cricut because we still like the vinyl. The vinyl quality be popping. I know it. Grass season's coming up. Easter's coming up. Mother's Day's coming up. Father's Day's coming up. Like you are doing all the things and you never get past that one stage because you're also not planning effectively. So that planning is a huge part in it. I always typically plan my launches at least 90 days before that launch actually happens. And what that means is if I want to sell for grass season, I'm planning for, grass season, my packages is already up for grass season. So I'm just using it as an example though, but making sure, because you're like, okay, Easter coming up. So let me go ahead and get ready for that. But you're too late now, right? You should have already planned your marketing, your flyers, what you're selling, how you're selling, getting it up on your website, setting up your automations. If you were deciding that you wanted to run some ads or you wanted to boost posts or reach out to your community, or, these are things that you got to plan for in advance. So I hope that helps a little bit. When it comes to niching, I will not only do embroidery. It would not make sense. It's okay to have multiple streams of income within your crafting business. It's not okay to try to build them all out at the same time. Okay. I see some more in the chat and I'll scroll back up to some of these. I see, what are your least 3 niches that are consistent money makers all year long, if there's such a thing? At least, I'm sorry. So I just talked about this. Oh my gosh, where did I talk about this? Oh, I was doing content yesterday. Troya came over. We had a good content day yesterday. And when we did our content day, that was one of the things I was talking about. Most crafters don't make consistent money because you don't have consistent money makers, right? So you just assume, oh, people know I make t-shirts. She should have came to me. And it's not how it works. I even experienced that, y'all. I am in groups with people that I've been in the group with them for 4 years. And they're like, you make t-shirts? Girl, you embroider? What? They saw me with my little bag at a conference. And they're like, oh, you can do custom bags? And I'm like, y'all knew me for the last 4 years. Like we done broke bread, went to kids' birthday parties and everything else, but it's not common sense to people. So you have to be very intentional. You have to be very, very specific all year round, right? What happens year round? And y'all can help me out in the chat. You got anniversaries year round, memorials year round. People want to celebrate their birthdays year round. People want to celebrate retirements year round. People are planning weddings year round, right? So thinking about those things that you can do all year round. My focus is always year round first, and then I'm going to catch some of those holidays when I can catch them. Sports is also another one of my favorite niches that I am going hard on. Sports, reaching out, pitching to coaches, talking to people year round. Those are some of the things that I like to do year round, okay? Gail said the X tool is calling me. It's calling me too, okay? We got a little collab in the works. They need to stop playing games or I'm going to have to switch to somebody else. But I love my first X tool and I'm definitely about to get me another one because I do like it. Let me scroll back up. I missed some stuff. I might have missed something else. I sent a message about getting a custom doll. Do you do that? I do still bulk manufacture for people. My minimum for customs is 100. Sorry, I missed your message, but if you're still interested, just reach out again and I can help you with that. I see someone said, if I send items directly to customers from Arts Ed, 2 customers from Artsat. Will the customer know Artsat? They can blind ship for you. I don't recommend it. And the reason I don't recommend it, and y'all just let me know how you feel on this, but it's really important that when you are a crafter and you're a small business, your packaging matters, how you show up matters, having your thank you card matters, giving them a promo of even some upcoming items can be very helpful for you as well, right? So if you're sending everything straight from Artsat and it's just in them ugly white plastic bags, it's like, we know she did not make this. They might not have told me who made it, but I can see that it came from a different country. So I really just could have went online and ordered anywhere. I don't really feel like I supported a small business, and I also might not feel appreciated. So when I do get stuff from Artsat, even in my pricing, you're like, oh, well, I could have saved money. I put the extra $6, the extra $8, whatever it's going to cost me to ship to my client. I factor that price in because I don't know about y'all, but experience is real, right? We want a great experience. We want to have a great experience with our people. So make sure you're creating the same kind of experience that you expect, right? When I get me a new Glamaholic bag, I don't know if y'all know who that is, but when I get me a new Glamaholic lifestyle bag, sis gonna send all the little inserts. I love those inserts. I love read them. Even if I'm gonna throw them in the trash, even though I know she didn't hand make those bags herself, it's still an important part of the process, right? So don't short your customers in that way, if that makes sense. No cues here to support. Hi, Nika. It's so good to see you. Definitely. So I hope that makes sense. Plus, there can be a mistake on the item. Yes, that's a great point too. I missed that one. But if you want to see, and another thing I'll say, last thing I'll say on this before we move on is, how do you know what that item looks like, right? How do you know? How does your customers know? How does your future customers know what you can do if you don't even have those items to market them? Because you don't want all of your stuff to be mock-ups every time. Mock-ups are great, but we also, in this AI world, do need some realistic stuff that we can put in front of our audiences, right? And show them, I'm a real person, not just AI. These are actual things that my company has produced. And these are the things that we can do for you, right? So that's another great reason when you consider drop shipping, what that might look like. So let me see what else I have. Is there a replay on how to use Artsad? Hey, Coach Amber. So for Artsad, yes, there is a whole course in the collective backend on Artsad. I did a whole drop shipping course. I went through start to finish, how I do the design, how to order the design, how I do the checkout process, how I figure out how to price the items over there. All that is in the back end. Okay. All right. What other questions do you have? Those are really good. And that's something that I've really been leaning into more and always working to improve, y'all. It's always going to be a work in progress to improve experience with your customers. Again, those little things go a long way. So for example, I make a lot of those embroidered little stuffed animals. I make like literally hundreds and hundreds a year. And I do little poems within them. I take the birth stats, I run them through ChatGPT. It comes up with a cute poem like, oh, little Emily was born on this day. And this day means this and da, da, da. And welcome to the world, little Emily, something cute. We laminate them, add it into the packaging. Customers lose their mind, right? A lot of times when they post my reviews, they post those poems with it, right? So that's just something to look at too. So making sure that you're creating a great experience. A great experience doesn't have to be expensive. I also just love me a nice little handwritten note too. So you don't have to add a bunch of extra stuff, but making sure that you do that, okay? I like to see my stuff first. I received the blanket from Artsat today and about to ship it to my client. I wanted to see it first. Absolutely great. So not only do you want to see it first, you want to take pictures with it. You want to get some videos of it. I want to see that reel up. I want to see you packaging the thing. I am so excited. This blanket for my client came out so good. Look at this. Look at the details in this blanket. I cannot wait till she gets this in the mail. Listen, I'm so excited for everything that this blanket is going to do for her. And I wish that I could see the smile on her face when she opened it. Then we're going to pack it up. We're going to box it up. We're going to put a little thank you card in a box. We're going to fold it up. We're going to tape it up. Or if you're using a poly mail or whatever. But sharing with your customers, like, how do you want your customers to feel when they get their stuff? What do you want it to feel like for them when they open a package that's not an Amazon package? We love Amazon packages, but I don't know about y'all. Sometimes I'll be annoyed at this point. I see the box, I'm like, oh, just something I ordered from Amazon. But when I get something else that's not an Amazon package and not a bill, okay, I'll be like, oh, let me, I'm gonna save this. Let me open this later because I don't know exactly. Then I'll look at the center and be like, oh, I know what that is. That's that blanket I ordered. And let me open that later, right? So making sure you make it a great experience. So now when you're showing up for yourself on social media, when you're marketing what you do, then other people are like, yeah, I do want to feel like that. She putting a lot of love on that side. I want to receive that on this side. So also great for content as well. Just think about it that way. What other questions do we have on this beautiful Thursday? I am glad to be taking a break from all these crazy orders, y'all. It is wild over here. We just been so busy with between all of the different Etsy shops and sports season. It's just been wild. I'm so blessed and so grateful. But I'm glad to be taking a break for real. Good morning. How you doing today? So for anybody who just joined that does not know what's going on, we are doing some Q&A today. I'm opening the gates. You know how to be like, no gatekeeping. The gates are open. I like that. I should probably title the session that or something, but the gates are open and we're answering all the questions that you might have about your business, about having a creative business, what that looks like. A lot of crafters are so stuck in that make space that you can't figure the rest out. We're all over social media. You're on all these crafting groups and you just can't put the pieces together. So you're having consistent 10K or more months. So I really just wanted to give y'all some strategy today and see what questions that you might have so that you can make, market, and monetize effectively. So that's what we're doing on this beautiful Thursday. And yeah, so basically I'll talk a little bit about every day looks different for me. Hey, how you doing today? Everything looks different for me at the Craft House. And here at the Craft House, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes Saturday and Sunday too. I try to be good with my weekends because I got 4 kids, y'all. 4, okay? I got a 2-year-old, 5, 8, and 11, right? So I have kids. We're very much so in the trenches still. So every day I have to be very intentional about my schedule and my calendar and what that looks like. Does that feel sexy? No. Does it feel like I get to pour resin and embroider and press stuff all day? No. It's not all fun and games, but I set my schedule up in a way that if I didn't become intentional about money generating activities, is the most important thing. This is for any business. I don't care what kind of business you have. A lot of people will come to me. There were a lot of people that came to Crafting Your Best Year Ever, and they're like, why don't you teach this to everybody? And I'm like, because makers are my people, right? But these things apply to everybody. You have your business. That's cool. You have your business, but are you doing the work to market and monetize your business, right? So when I make my schedule, I think with the end in mind. I'm not just like, oh my God, I hope a family member calls me and places an order. Oh my God, I know she ain't order no t-shirts from nobody else when she know I do t-shirts, right? That my day does not look anything like that. My day looks like, who do I want to pitch to today? Who do I want to follow up with that I've already pitched to? Who do I want to build a connection with today? Who could I best serve today? And I have chunks of time. Like this is the hour that I'm pitching, right? This is the hour that I'm going to nurture my community and go above and beyond because we can get really lost. I want to be here for you. I want to show up for you. I want you to know that you have support. I know how lonely it felt, but I had to become intentional about that time. Otherwise, I would be sitting on my phone scrolling. Am I lying? Sometimes you have in your mind, anybody be laying in bed at night and all those things are in your mind. You're like, I got to do this. 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 And you wake up the next day and you probably can think about 3 of those things that you said that you needed to be working on. It's me. I'm guilty, right? So that is why I have to go by my calendar. You can have a little calendar. You can have a simple checklist. It's not an expensive venture. I got this little cheap this is my portfolio. Y'all can talk about my papers if y'all want to, but I need y'all to see that I'm not perfect, right? I always got a bunch of papers, a bunch of notes and notebooks and everything else. So I'm very intentional about my calendar and my digital calendar as well and making sure it's there. So what if I have a full-time job? This sounds nice, but you're a full-time entrepreneur now. Well, don't forget, I did this forever. I just retired from the classroom. It hasn't even been a year yet. So I was balancing all of the things and juggling, right? So you have to decide from today, what am I going to do differently? So I'll talk about how I show up in my week. Y'all, again, ask any questions, drop any questions you have. But how do I show up for my week, right? Mondays are money days for me, right? Mondays are money days and community days for me. So I don't take a lot of meetings unless it's with my team. Me and my team are planning for how we're going to serve the people in my community. Me and my team at the craft house are planning for what orders we need to go out that week and we cannot wait because I like to be early whenever possible. I'm doing membership Mondays and just thinking about, hey, who haven't I talked to in a while? Let me try to send a few text messages. Let me plan a pop-up call for Thursday, like today. Like, what can I do to make them feel like they have some support? Because you do have support, right? I know what it feels like to hide. I don't want y'all hiding. Don't hide. So then that's mostly what my Monday looks like. And then money. I always check my bank statements on Mondays. That credit card bill is ghetto. I check my credit card bill on Mondays and see what I got going on there. I revisit where my budget is at. I go through all of my accounts, y'all, because I have so many accounts from either Etsy or Amazon, wherever I'm selling, Shopify, all the places I'm selling. I look at all my accounts just to make sure they're cool on Mondays. Tuesdays a little bit different, right? Tuesdays I'm gonna talk to clients. It's gonna be a little bit different on Tuesdays. Tuesdays I meet with certain members of my team to make sure that things are flowing. Wednesday is one of my favorite days of the week. Wednesday is the longest day of the week for me too, because I'm typically working from 8 a.m. to midnight, right? And on Wednesdays, those are my pitch days. Those are the days that I'm focused on whatever I need the design club to build out for me so that I can send off a bunch of pitches. I'm also following up on Wednesdays. Every single day is packed, but I'm giving you some of the biggies. Thursdays, today is Thursday, so I have meetings. It's an important community day for me. If I can show up for the community on Thursday, I'm showing up on Thursday. What does this look like for you and your business? Can you go live on Thursdays? Whatever day you want, right? But can you go live in your business one day a week? Can you show people the process of you making stuff one day of the week? Even if you have to pull that stuff to the side, can you show the community what it is, right? We live in such an internet world now. If people don't see you all the time, you're going to be unseen. You got to show up like you want to be seen. It's that simple, right? And like I said, I don't care what business model you have, you don't want to be the best kept secret, right? Oftentimes you'll look at people and not even in a hating way, you'll be like, dang, she just started and she killing it. Like, what am I doing with my life? I've been doing this for so long and I'm still not doing what I need to do with it, right? So you have to show up and do the work if you want your business to grow. You have to be seen or you will be forgotten about, right? Y'all remember Blockbuster? Blockbuster was great when it was Blockbuster. Who missed going up into Blockbuster and getting one, sometimes two videos, depending on how long the movie was, and living your best life? Who remembers being mad if you needed to rewind the movie because somebody didn't do it and you had to rewind the movie before you could start it, right? We lived in that time period and Blockbuster was so successful. And then we live in a Netflix world. So that means that you got to show up for your business now and you got to evolve with your business now or you're going to be so far left behind. And there's so much I could say there from make, market, and monetize, but make sure you show up. And then last but not least is my Fridays. My Fridays are my chill days. That's when I don't want to call them chill, anything, because life be lifing, right? We don't always get everything done on our checklist. Friday is my cleanup day. Anything I need to clean up. We also take, we push the rest of our orders out on Fridays. We have content days, probably at least 2 Fridays a month at the Craft House for the people in my accelerator program. So those are the things that I'm doing throughout the week. I still work on Saturdays. Sometimes Fridays I'll do client dinners. And this can be the same for you too. And that's not always clients like me as a coach. A lot of times that's clients like my bulk clients that spend a lot of money with me every year, right? One of my clients just reached out to me and was like, hey, I just celebrated my 50th. Like we built those relationships now where I'm like, oh my gosh, just send me the album, right? She sent me the album. I got the design team working on some fire stuff we're going to make for her. And even though I don't do a lot of small orders anymore, she's about to get all of the things, right? Because she spends like $30,000 a year with me. So nurturing those relationships with my big clients as well, if that makes sense. So make sure that you are getting out of your way and you just look at the week and say, how many times do I want to post this week? Most importantly, what am I going to post this week? Who can I text this week? Who can I pitch to this week? How can I show up this week? And if that website not done, y'all, you gotta get that website up. Okay. I know somebody. You need some website help. I know somebody. All right. I know somebody, her race is on point, her work is really, really good. So if you need some website support, reach out to me and I will put you in contact with the best of the best for that. I don't build websites anymore. It's no longer my ministry. I see Octavia. Hey, Octavia. She said, good morning. What advice do you have on restarting your business after a pause? Start today. Money loves speed, right? Who is starting after a pause? Who keep having to take little breaks, right? And then you just feel so far behind when you get back into it, you pick it up. I'm gonna tell you, 9 times out of 10, I don't feel like doing it. And what I would say is just remember, Octavia, that you have feelings. Your business does not have feelings. Okay, period. It's just that simple. Your business does not have feelings, right? I drop the ball on stuff all the time. I'm very much so human, right? I have other businesses outside of this one. We still have our real estate. Y'all see my little bags. I'm so mad about these little bags today. We were at our Airbnb last night. Somebody trashed one of our Airbnbs. So getting that stuff together, guess who still showed up this morning, right? I stayed up extra late last night getting stuff done. You have to just decide, Octavia, that your business deserves to win and then do the work and put it behind it. Life be life. And sometimes we have loved ones. Hey, Tia, how you doing? Sometimes we have loved ones that need our care. They need our extra attention. You're just stressed and you have to drop it all, right? But I really want you to work on something else. And this is something that's not sexy. We don't like talking about it. But if I had to give you like, what is the big thing, Octavia, that we really have to work on is our resilience. And we have to work on our emotional state. We have to work on not crashing out all the time. We have to work on planning in our business so that we don't need to crash out because we made a plan, we followed the plan, and we followed the plan based on what we needed to happen, not based on how I was feeling that day, not based on if I had cramps that day, not basing it on if my husband pissed me off that day, not basing it on if my 5-year-old had a temper tantrum right before I put him on the bus. Am I going to decide to go sit down and have a quiet breakfast, or am I going to go to work? You really have to start. Your resilience is a muscle, and it's something that you very much so can control. So I really want to encourage everybody. I know this is not sexy, it's not crafting, but the big thing that works in my life for me right now is staying prayed up and working on my emotional intelligence. Because once you start understanding yourself more, you're going to be able to regulate your emotions more. So emotional regulation was actually my number one goal for 2026, not making more money, right? I want to be emotionally regulated. So that way, when my business is picking up, I have the emotional strength to handle it, right? So make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you're taking care of your mental, you're building that resilience muscle. And that's only part of it, right? Because we can pray and we can do all the things, but faith without works is dead, right? So you have to do the work behind it to grow your business. Nurture your make. That is your craft. Nurture your marketing and nurture your monetizing. The other thing that we do wrong, and I can't stay on much longer. I was only supposed to say 11:30, y'all. The other thing, and I'll leave you with this, that we do wrong is trying to do every single thing ourselves. So I'm not here to pitch you today. I'm not here to tell you I want to coach you today. Y'all already know that. So you know where to find me. But I need you to stop trying to do everything yourself. Can I do everything myself? Absolutely. Would I have hit $3 million in my business if I was doing everything myself? Absolutely not. Right? That is the biggest thing and issue that I see with people. You are trying to do everything yourself instead of outsourcing. Y'all outsource the designs. I don't care if you know how to do Photoshop and Canva. When I outsource the designs to my team, I don't have to worry about that. I send off my vision. The next morning I wake up and my vision is sitting in my inbox. Then I'm able to go close a deal. I'm able to go send off an invoice for 10K. And I'm like, yay, it's a great day. But your vision will stay stuck in you if you are that barrier because you want to do everything yourself, right? So make sure that you get some support, outsource, speak up where you need help. Because I know a lot of people in my community are educated. I have a lot of people that are educated. Y'all did well in school, or you do very well with a trade, or you're an expert at work, you're a leader at work. I have nurses and surgical techs and HR representatives and Fortune 500 company workers, teachers and principals. We have a very educated audience inside of my community, right? And I know this, but sometimes because of that, you don't apply what you know from work into your business, and you come into your business and try to do everything yourself, even though you have a whole team at work on that side to help you with the thing. So stop trying to do everything yourself, y'all. I'm yelling at y'all today. Okay. I said I was going to keep it light and fluffy. I have a website, but it does need work. Does she do that? She sure do. DM me and I will send you her information. She does website maintenance as well. And she also has website maintenance packages. And I think that this is extremely important because I don't just want my website built. I want to know when the next holiday come up, sis is going to put that stuff up for me too, right? I need to hear this. Hey, Coach Lakia, how you doing today? I see Nika said, you, Coach Kai, have created a community that is fierce, loving, educational, intentional, and loaded. I need to get myself together. There's no excuse for me not to make money. We know this. We know this. There's no excuse not to make money. And I'm here to remind you of that as often as possible. Tia said, oh, I just changed jobs. I'll text you. Text me. What is going on? How to nurture the marketing. So the first thing with marketing, and I'll say this, and this would be we'll end here with marketing. So the biggest problem that business owners in general, not just crafters, the biggest problem that business owners make when it comes to marketing is when you hear the word marketing, you automatically say social media. And marketing is so much bigger than that. And if y'all are in a community, y'all know I'll be on y'all back about all the different ways we need to market. I really enjoyed my time as a marketing teacher and working for so many other businesses as the person responsible for their marketing. But marketing on social media is just one small part. There are levels to marketing. Marketing is a whole entire box, and social media might just be the lid, right? It's a great opportunity for visibility. But even outside of social media, you have ads is a big way to grow. Now, I don't recommend y'all go run ads because you need to have organic content that performs well so you know what to run ads to. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a bunch of money on ads and you're not going to be making no money, right? So there's a method to that one. But where are your direct marketing strategies? Who are you directly talking to bring money into your business? What are you doing with your Chamber of Commerce? Who are you collaborating with because you guys have complementary products and you can go further together? You know, who are you directly pitching to? What groups are you inserting yourself in that are full of your avatar? Your avatar is your target market. It's just defined a little bit more, right? I could go on a marketing all day. You have direct mail marketing with which your warm leads, people who know you, who like you, who already trust you works well. You have your emails. Emails are very powerful. If you have an email list, you should be making money in your email list every single day, right? So I could go on marketing, literally, guys. I could talk about 20 different ways you can market your business, but I hope that this kind of opens up your mind a little bit on what you need to be looking at in terms of marketing. I've been in business for over 20 years, but joining Coach Kai community has been the best investment ever. I've been in the community since September 2025. Thank you so much. You know I am obsessed with y'all. Listen, if y'all not making money, I am not winning. So if y'all are in the collective and y'all ain't been coming to them calls, make sure that you show up to calls because we have been going all in. Coach Amber has been doing her big one. Coach Chanel been keeping everybody mind right. Coach Troy has been extra dedicated. Like she is on every week. Like she has over 600,000 followers across all her platforms. Show up and learn the stuff, guys. Ask the questions. Put your pride aside. My coach is on Wednesday nights. And let me tell you something. Wednesday nights, I'll be in there like, my hand is up. I'm going to ask questions. I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to be ashamed because you already have a business. You should already know this. No, I'm going to ask questions as many times I need to. Even if he give me the same answer over and over, I'm going to ask the same question until I execute on it so that I can move on to the next problem, right? So make sure that you are doing the work to grow because it's not about what you know. It's actually horrible if you know the thing and you're not doing it, right? That just makes it like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I went to YouTube University or I already had a business or I know this or that. That's not even what coaching is about. Coaching is about having support, maybe giving you some things and some solutions that you never thought about before. But most importantly, somebody that I don't want to show up to the next meeting. I'm going to show up to the next meeting, but I got to execute on this. I'm meeting with one of my coaches at 2 p.m. today, y'all. She talked to me for like 10 minutes and gave me this whole list of stuff I need to do. I'm still in this last little chunk. So I allocated time in my schedule before I meet with her to make sure I complete all those tasks, right? And these are things that I should have probably done for at least a year now. So I hope that makes sense. You got to do the work. Thank you for your transparency and you move with great integrity. Thank you. That's my number one priority, to lead as a kingdom kid. My content day was amazing. I even sealed a 152 t-shirt order this week, paid in full. Yes. I know that's right, paid in full, because I told y'all, you gonna pay me up front. The only time I don't get paid up front is if I'm working with sometimes businesses and they do net terms. I'm okay with that. That's part of the game. But for the most part, I get paid in full in advance too. So I am so proud of you. Is this Miss Evelyn? 152 t-shirt order this week. I love it. And I heard your content day was fire. I haven't looked at your stuff yet, but I can't wait to see it. So it was great talking to y'all today. Please run and apply these things to your business. I promise you don't make a big difference, because again, it's not just about what you know, it's about what you execute on. So I just wanted to pop in today, talk to you a little bit about make, market, and monetize. No matter where you are in your journey, you have to continuously nurture your business, or you are going to end up like Blockbuster in a Netflix and Hulu and Prime world, right? So make sure that you show up for your business. Make sure you show up like you want to be seen. That does not mean perfect. That does not mean polished. Y'all ain't had no time. Look, I got distracted on calls. All my makeup sitting here. So the face is bare. I had a little time for a little liner here and a little liner there. And that was it, right? I showed up anyway, because I said I was going to. So give yourself times that you're going to show up and hold yourself accountable for showing up, right? Because that's the thing that's most important. Nothing else is important. Be very mission driven. My mission is to serve creatives and crafters and help them grow their business, to help them bring more income into their household, and to also talk to them about what they should be doing with that income so that they can go and grow their life from there. Do I want to go on vacation? Yeah. Do I want to pay for these kids' sports and activities? Yes. But I also want to reinvest. I also want to expand. I also want to have passive income. I also want to make sure I have my living trust. I also want to make sure that if I were to leave this world tomorrow, that I did right by my family and my kids by using what I've now learned to make life a little bit better for them, right? So that's why we're here. So when you're serving your clients, always be mission driven. Like, what is your mission right now? If I asked you what your mission is, can you answer that for me? If I asked you what your core values are right now, could you answer that for me? These are the things that we have to know, right? Because we are here to serve. That's why we're put on this earth. You're making somebody's life better by doing what it is that you do. So I want you to show up with integrity. I want you to make sure you know your mission. I want to make sure that you know your core values. So when life gets dark and when life gets hard and when you just want to throw in a towel, or I think Octavia said earlier, how do I pick it back up? Baby, just pick it back up. There's no shame. I had to put that down for a second. I'm back today. Let me think about how I can make, market, and monetize now, right? So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this adds value. Get back to your mission, get back to your vision, get back to your core values, and do the work to make, market, and monetize. And I don't know if I'm coming back next Thursday, but I had a really, really good time with you today. And I hope that you take this and run with it. Have a beautiful Thursday today. Make today count and enjoy the weekend. I'm in Georgia, y'all. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees. We just had a snowstorm on Tuesday. We'll see what happens. But y'all have a great day. You're so welcome. Bye, guys. I don't even know how to turn this thing off, y'all.